morning, television family. How you doing? We're back. It's Tuesday, 29th day of November, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're live, as we are every weekday morning, from Studio 2 here in downtown Wenatchee, and it is the calm before the storm. We are going to get some snow. The last time we visited 24 hours ago, they said, looks like we're going to get a little bit of snow here in the Wenatchee Valley, and now they're saying we're going to get some significant snow. There is a winter storm warning. Goes into effect at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Most of the heavy snow is going to come down overnight tonight. Everybody's going to get snow. They were thinking yesterday maybe a couple of inches, maybe 3 in the Wenatchee Valley. Now they're saying 6 inches possible, 10 inches possible. The computer models are a little bit of a disagreement, but we're going to see more snow, significantly more snow than they were predicting 24 hours ago. The storm warning is the most serious of the three. They have the storm advisories, which means we're keeping an eye on things, the National Weather Service, but looks like this is what's going to pan out. That's the lowest one. Then they have the storm watch, which is we're pretty sure now a significant weather event's going to happen. And then the most serious is the warning, which is what we have, which is it's going to happen and it's going to affect your daily life. The snow's coming. Details are coming as well, plus news, plus sports. The winter prep sports season is well underway. We got some results to pass along and who's going to be playing what when we get to sports and everything else you need as we work our way through what's going to be a pretty eventful Tuesday, I have a feeling. And I wanted to give Tanya and the good folks at Health Alliance Northwest one more shout out, because if you haven't done your Medicare enrollment yet, you got, 9 days? The deadline is December 7th. If you haven't changed your Medicare plan or you're new to it and you need to do all that stuff, Tanya from the Health Alliance Northwest is going to pay me a visit in the back half of the program. Wanted to give them, because it's very important and informative information from Tanya coming your way. All right, it is 21 degrees. It's fairly clear. Now, let's take our tour around north central Washington with our cameras once again. Up to the Wenatchee Heights we go, and we can see quite a bit of the area. We've been dealing with the low clouds and the fog and the cold temperatures. It was cold again yesterday. Excuse me, our high was only 31, and that was in the morning. It got to 31 degrees about 11:30 Monday morning, and it never moved. It just stayed there the rest of the day. Our normal high is 38, so we've had almost every day in the month of November, our afternoon high temperature has been below normal, sometimes well below normal. And we're not near sunrise yet. Sunrise officially this morning at 7:25, but the skies don't look too bad. But the storm is coming. Camera number 2. That is spectacular. I want to say maybe we're out in 11. We're out in Ephrata. That's out in Ephrata. Hi, Ephrata. How you doing out there? You are at 18 degrees in Ephrata. Not going to get as much snow out in the Columbia Basin. We got a slide to show for you for the predicted snow totals. You're going to get snow, Ephrata, so is Moses Lake, but not too much. Passable anyway. That's a beautiful sunrise there. Good morning to our friends in the basin. Camera 3. Oh boy, that looks to be the Lower Butte looking over Chelan. You can see Three Fingers. That project is probably on winter hiatus. You can see the Sunset Marina. Downtown Chelan, the lake level is back down low again as we're into the winter season. Chelan's a great place to visit in the winter. And of course, they have their small town holidays promotions that are going on every day between now and the new year up in Chelan. So it's worth a 40-minute drive to see our friends up north. And our fourth and final camera on our Tuesday morning tour from local tale, Bill E. Goat, USA, covered in snow. The one scenario that is the same as it was yesterday, that's the same today. The higher up in elevation you go and the farther north you live from the Wenatchee Valley, the more snow you are going to get. And that includes our friends up in Pateros and Brewster and Bridgeport and Omak and Okanagan. You're going to get more snow than we're going to get here in the Wenatchee Valley for those two reasons I just mentioned. So the travel impacts, let's go with our first slide, is going to be, well, not good for everybody. If you're heading out in the Columbia Basin, down to the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, that's fine. Passes are going to get a lot of snow, just a lot of them, all the major mountain passes. It doesn't matter where you're going. I-90, Stevens especially, I-90, Stevens, Blewett, everybody is going to be dealing with some winter driving conditions starting later on today, all night tonight, all day Wednesday, all the way into Thursday morning. So it's going to snow in the mountain passes. Big surprise there. Be forewarned if you're heading up into the Cascades. Now the snow totals, and this is the one we really want to keep a close eye on. This is the updated numbers for the National Weather Service. As you can see in the Wenatchee Valley, anywhere between, I would say, maybe 5 inches to possibly up to double digits. They say about 6 to 8 inches of snow in the Wenatchee Valley through this snow event. Now, the timeline for this is light snow starting about 1 o'clock this afternoon, 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. You'll start seeing the snow coming down lightly. By about sunset, by about right in time for the afternoon commute, right around 4:30 or 5, it'll start coming down to heavier. By about 7, it's going to start really coming down, about 7 o'clock tonight. And it's going to snow pretty significantly all the way till about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning before it eventually tapers off early Wednesday afternoon. So that's your timeline. Light snow from about 1 o'clock to about 4 or 5 or so this afternoon. Then heavier snow from 5 o'clock all night overnight into Wednesday morning before it finally calms down. So from our friends at Apple Valley Honda and the National Weather Service, we're going to gild the lily. Gonna snow this afternoon. Again, going to start in earnest about 4 o'clock. We'll only get up to 23. Look at the overnight low tonight, 21. It ain't going to go much of anywhere. And the snow, the vast majority of this snow is going to come down overnight tonight. Again, it all depends on how this whole thing pans out. I'm thinking a minimum in the Wenatchee Valley of 4 inches. But we could get upwards of 8 or even 10 inches. It's all out there. It's all possible because it's going to snow until about noon tomorrow. It's not going to stop until about noon Wednesday. So the evening commute tonight, probably not going to be too bad because it's before the heavy stuff comes down. But tomorrow morning's commute could get real dicey. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we had some school closures or school delays tomorrow morning. Snow will be tapering off by Wednesday noonish or so. Then we get cold. And just a kind of hit and miss chance of snow showers here and there, nothing really big. So the deal is the snow is going to come, but it ain't going to melt. As you can see, 31, 28, 31, 31, 31. So we're going to get 5, 6, 7 inches of snow in the Wenatchee Valley, and it's going to not go anywhere for the time being. So it's winter, even though it ain't winter. Going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have your Tuesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Working with August Edge Real Estate, both sellers and buyers feel confident knowing they are in the hands of award-winning professionals. August Edge offers a 2% listing commission, which includes above-standard service and technology.
We offer high-tech 3D imagery, drone photos, local North Central Washington TV ads, and impressive smart flyer installed at your listing. The August Edge website also hosts your home with an interactive featured listing page.
August Edge is professional, personable, and preferable.
High clouds, 21 degrees. Did we mention it's going to snow this afternoon and tonight? And tomorrow morning, anywhere from 5 to 6 to even 10 inches of snow for the Wenatchee Valley. A distinct possibility, heavy snow in the upper elevations in the Cascades. And to the north of us, Chelan could get a foot of snow. It's all a distinct possibility as a winter storm warning begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon. 9 minutes after the hour, a pedestrian was struck and killed on Highway 17 in Moses Lake. This happened about 1 o'clock this morning, according to the Washington State Patrol. A 2008 Kia Sorento, being driven by 58-year-old Cynthia T. Jackson of Moses Lake, was driving southbound in the left lane of the highway near the intersection of the highway and Yanazawa Boulevard. That's when she struck a pedestrian who was occupying the same lane. The pedestrian, an unidentified 36-year-old woman from Spokane, was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash and any pending charges is under investigation. A man was hospitalized after a two-vehicle collision. This happened Monday morning just outside of Moses Lake. Washington State Patrol Trooper Colin Camarval said the accident happened at about 7:20 yesterday morning on Highway 17 at Randolph Road. That's near the campus of Big Bend Community College. Camarval said the injured man, 20-year-old Pedro D. Nunez of Moses Lake, pulled his 2002 Honda Civic left off Randolph Road into the path of a northbound 2004 Toyota Camry and was subsequently T-boned. He said Nunez was transported to Samaritan Hospital with what were believed to be a broken pelvis and broken ribs. He faces charges of failing to yield to the right-of-way. The other driver, 24-year-old Michael L. LeBeau of Moses Lake, was not injured. The wreck blocked the highway for more than 2.5 hours. For the first time in almost a year, unleaded gasoline in the Wenatchee Valley, if you can find it, is under $4 a gallon. The website Gas Buddy says there are at least 10 gas stations in our area selling regular unleaded gas for less than $4 a gallon, although AAA says the average price in Chelan County is at $4.23 a gallon. Washington continues to have among the highest prices for gas in the country. It's an average of $4.52 a gallon. That's almost a dollar a gallon higher than the national average. AAA says the cheapest gas in the country in Florida, the average price down there, $3.38 a gallon. An Ellensburg resident faces a charge of animal cruelty, first-degree charges of animal cruelty, as a matter of fact. This is after a kitten was found last week wrapped inside 2 garbage bags inside a dumpster. The Ellensburg Police Department said a concerned citizen called after she and her friends dug through the garbage and rescued the kitten. Officers took possession of the kitten, named it Journey, and collected evidence at the scene that allowed them to track down the unidentified suspect. After taking Journey to the animal shelter, officers continued to check on his well-being and reported that he seems to be very healthy and content and has plenty of food and a warm bed. Police also reported today that the woman who rescued Journey is now making plans to adopt him. The city of Wenatchee is taking applications. They got $10,000 they can dole out if you can help bring tourists to the Wenatchee Valley. The city said the money can be used by downtown groups, the Chamber of Commerce, cities, marketing organizations, event organizers. The goal is to grow tourism and increase bookings at local hotels. The funds are raised through Wenatchee's $2 per day per room lodging tax. Applications will be considered and evaluated by the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee and the Tourism Promotion Area Board. Information on how to apply for the reimbursement funding is available through the office of the Wenatchee City Clerk. Recipients of the funds this year included Rails and Ales right there on Orondo Avenue, the Cinco de Mayo Festival at the Pybus Puppet Market, and the Tour de Bloom bike race in downtown Wenatchee. After a 2-year hiatus because of COVID-19, the Journey to Bethlehem returns this year. It begins Thursday. It is a free trip back in time through the night that Christ child was born. It runs through Sunday. It starts Thursday, runs through Sunday at the Seventh-day Adventist Church on North Wenatchee, on Northwestern, the corner of 5th and Western in Wenatchee. It's good to have it back. In fact, I went up there and visited with Glenn Fisher, one of the organizers, who talked about how the Journey of Bethlehem comes together.
We have 175 people in full costume. So you think about how much costuming that takes. That's a lot of work for the costume people. And then, of course, setting up all the shops and the props and all those things takes a good amount of time. When you start your journey, you're part of a family that goes through, and there's a kind of a theme to the story, and people will hear that when they go through. But it really is to just share with people the birth of Christ and to try to make it as real as possible. Because it's kind of hard for people that live in this part of the world to understand what it was really like in a village back then in the Middle East. And people that have gone through what we have put up here have been to the Middle East say that it's quite real in the feel of going through the city and having that interactive experience. But really, we want people to understand how real the birth of Christ was and what that means to each one of us. So the online tickets are, for the most part, gone, but we will be adding some tickets back online when people cancel, so that people can still check the website j2bwenatchee.org to see if any tickets have been put back online and available. Now, we do have walk-in tickets available. A fourth of our ticketing is just walk-ins, so people do not have to have pre-reserved tickets to go. They can just show up and we will get them through.
By the way, my complete conversation with Glenn and your chance to win tickets to experience Journey to Bethlehem will be on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And finally, Chelan County is getting ready to do what they do every year this time of the year. closing some of the area roads for the off-season. This all happens on Thursday. On December 1st, they always do this. They close Horse Lake Road in Wenatchee, Oklahoma Gulch Road. That's up in the Anaad area. Mountain Home Road and Leavenworth are all shut down. The idea, to protect unpaved portions of county roads from freezing and thawing in the wintertime. That causes damage. And, of course, the Horse Lake Road closure is part of an effort to protect wintering mule deer in the Wenatchee foothills. So, again, that happens on Thursday. And that is the news at 16 minutes after the hour. It's going to be a busy day in the newsroom. My trick knee just tells me that. Most of it's going to be weather-related. And with a preview of the news, the guy who does our weather forecasting, believe it or not, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, cloudy and cold today with a winter storm watch in effect tonight right through much of Wednesday. I'll let you know how much snow we can expect in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have all you need to know about the Seahawks, Kraken, and Wenatchee Wild. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. If you got a news tip or you just want to drop us a note and say hi, you can do it. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. That's our email address, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our website, ncwlife.com, and just click on the Contact Us icon. Or, if you want, you can pick up the telephone, give us a call, or go to our Facebook page, and you can drop us a note that way. After a 1-minute break, sports, the obscure holiday. Today in history, it's a busy one. Some celebrity birthdays. Mike Magnotti has got an opinion, and Tanya from Health Alliance Northwest will give you folks who haven't done so one more reminder about Medicaid enrollment. It's that time of the year. You're watching a Tuesday edition of Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
18 minutes after the hour for the Quincy Jackrabbits. Their basketball season got underway last night. They were in Connell. They had shortened games. That's why those scores are what they are. Quincy came out on top of Lynn Ritzville Sprague 28-22, and they beat Connell 28-26. So the two games together, I guess they played one game. Coming up tonight, Sultan is scheduled to travel to Leavenworth to take on Cascade. I don't think they're going to hop in a school bus and drive over Stevens Pass today. I seriously doubt that. Cashmere will host Warden at 7:15. Brewster will visit Chelan. Bridgeport welcomes Pateras at 7:30. Eastmont will host Ellensburg. That's the boys. For the girls, they'll start things off a little earlier. Cashmere will host Warden at 5:45. Chelan will host Brewster. Ellensburg will visit Eastmont. Pateras and Bridgeport will tip it off at 6 o'clock tonight. Two of the perennial favorites in league bowling meet this afternoon at Eastmont Lanes. It's the Wildcats and the Panthers. At 2 o'clock, West Valley will visit Lake Bowl to take on Moses Lake at 3 o'clock. Washington won the Battle of Seattle last night. They always beat Seattle University. Keon Brooks led the Huskies with 20 points. Washington beating Seattle U 77-66. Braxton Maya also at 18. UW is 5-1 on the season. By the way, Seattle University has not beaten the University of Washington in men's basketball since 1978 in women's college basketball. Last night, Washington State dumped South Dakota State 61-41. Joanna Teeter led the way for the Cougars. She had 17 points. Gonzaga improves to 6-1 on the year, 62-43 over Maine. Kaylin Truong led the way for the Bulldogs, 15 points. Brenna Maxwell had 13 for the Lady Zags. The Seattle Kraken will try to match a franchise-long 6-game winning streak tonight in Los Angeles. They are in second place in the Pacific Division after their 5-game streak, which is ongoing. The Kraken are 13-5-3, just in front of the 12-9-3 Kings. They dropped the puck at 7:30 on Root Sports Northwest. After winning 4 in a row, the Seahawks are now on a 2-game losing streak, off to Los Angeles this weekend as well. They lost to Tampa Bay in Germany, and then they came out of the bye week Sunday with a 40-33 overtime loss to the Raiders. Coach Pete Carroll says a large problem has been the running game on both sides of the football.
Well, we made it through the day today, taking a real serious look at making sure that we get back on track in the areas that we didn't play well yesterday, and that's the stuff that happened up front in the running game and really on both sides of the ball. And we didn't come out of the bye as sharp as we'd like to. I have no idea if that had to do with the bye or not, but we just didn't play well enough up front, and that's where our focus will be here. We got to get right here in the next couple of weeks.
In the last 2 games, Seattle is just 4 for 18 on third down conversion attempts, and they're averaging just 2.8 yards per carry, and Coach Carroll says those 2 things are related.
We haven't been as sharp as we need to be, and we're still coming up with too many long yardage situations. When you get 3rd and 12s and 13s, it's hard to make something happen. We have, but it's hard, and I think it's a product of the running game that we're not controlling the sticks better, and staying in the 3rd and 2s and 3s and 4s in there that are because of the run game factor. So it fits together. Unfortunately, it's the longer yardage are enhanced by the miscues early on in the down. So we'll see if we can. That's why we need to get back to our balance.
Geno Smith still doing a pretty good job at quarterback. He's in the NFL top 10 in the passing rating, but he also threw an interception and fumbled against the Raiders on Sunday. After the game, Geno Smith took ownership of those issues, and Coach Pete Carroll says that's why Geno Smith is a leader.
If I had guessed, I'd have guessed that he'd do it well. I would have guessed he'd be okay because he's just been so level-headed throughout the time he's been with us. But you never know, and I think the way he's embraced it, it shows you how he expected it to happen. He's anticipated being in this role. It's not like this is just he's starting to try to figure it out right now. He's already had his mindset on how he wants to project the player that he is and the team member that he is. And because look how good he is at it. He's really adept. And so I think he's been anticipating this like you would hope a great competitor would, believing in himself and all that. And he knew when he got the shot what I'm going to be like and how I'm going to do it. And he's doing that for us and he's performing really well.
Seahawks and the Rams, SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles. The Rams are 3-8. Didn't they just win the Super Bowl? Anyway, that's at 105. You can watch it on Fox or not. It's a free country. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 23 minutes after the hour. It is the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and that makes it Giving Tuesday for the obscure holiday. And you know what? Us Americans, we're really good at giving money to charity. In fact, we're number 1. The measuring tool that the experts use is a percentage of the gross domestic product, the country's GDP. How much of our GDP do we give to charity in this country? A lot, 1.44%. That's twice as much as number 2 on the most giving country list, and not surprisingly, that's Canada. Canada comes in at number 2. The other countries that are really good at giving money to charity include the United Kingdom, Korea, Singapore, and Italy. And according to the folks who put on Giving Tuesday, and you might get some emails soliciting on Giving Tuesday, it's a real deal. Between the Salvation Army bell ringers and other charitable drives that always seem to happen around the holidays, not surprisingly, December is the number 1 month of the year that people give stuff away. It is Giving Tuesday. Let's keep up we're number 1 on giving away our money, so let's keep that going, folks. All right, 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history, 241 years ago today, the slave ship, the Zog, on its way to North America, had some issues. The captain got sick and died. They didn't stop for extra drinking water. They were carrying about 400 slaves. They made various navigational errors on their way to North America to dump the slaves off. They were running out of drinking water. They were running out of food, and they weren't anywhere close to their destination. So the crew shackled a number of slaves, at least 50. It could be well more than 100. They tied them up by their ankles and their wrists, and they threw them overboard to drown. They were insured, so the insurance company could collect the money, but they were going to run out of water and run out of food, and they had to do something about it. So they killed a bunch of slaves. They just dumped them into the sea to claim insurance. The Zogd murders, November 29th, 1781. Another mass murder closer to home. 175 years ago today, the Whitman massacres occurred. Just outside of Walla Walla, Marcus Whitman, his wife, and 15 others killed by the Cayuse and Umatilla Indians that started the Cayuse War. The reasonings behind the massacre, 17 dead, still not really known. The Native Americans were upset because Dr. Marcus Whitman, by the time this happened, the Whitmans, there were about 70 or 80 missionaries then, and they brought, of course, diseases that the Native Americans did not have an immune system for, specifically measles. And the guy was a doctor, Dr. Marcus Whitman. Why did you give us measles? You're decimating our tribe. They got even on that. Still controversy involving the Whitman massacres, which occurred on the state 175 years ago. The video game that changed the industry, and I mean really did, because it was 50 years ago today that Pong was introduced. Atari introduces Pong 50 years ago today. Boop, boop, boop. Pong, in its earlier incarnations back in 1972, was games that you would find in bars and taverns, and you put the quarter in and you would play Pong on those stand-up machines. The big game changer for Pong was the Christmas shopping season of 1975 when Atari signed an exclusive deal with Sears to sell Pong as a home video game. You had two little knobs and you just screwed the coaxial in the back of your TV and you could play Pong at home. Boop, boop. Hours and hours of entertainment for kids my age. So Pong was introduced to the public in bars and taverns and bowling alleys on this date in 1972, but it was in 1975 that Pong grabbed the nation's attention because you could play it at home. By the way, Pong is part of the permanent exhibition, the collection at the Smithsonian Institution. That's how big Pong was back in those days. 35 years ago today, 2 North Korean agents planted a bomb on Korean Air Flight 858. It subsequently exploded. All 115 passengers and crew were killed. 2 agents from North Korea got on board the plane, put it in the overhead luggage, flew, got off the plane, put the bomb in action, then left the plane. They were flying high over the ocean. The bomb exploded. When they got caught, one of the 2 agents killed himself with a hidden cyanide tablet. The other one survived. She was put on trial. She was sentenced to death. And then her sentence of death was commuted by the president of South Korea because they realized she had been brainwashed by special agents of North Korea. That's how bad relations are when one country blows up the plane of another country and their next door neighbors. That happened on this date in 1987. 21 years ago today, Beatles guitarist George Harrison dies at a home that Paul McCartney owned in Beverly Hills, California. George Harrison, the second of the Beatles to die, died on this date 21 years ago today of lung cancer. He was 58 years old. And finally, if you lived in the Northwest, you remember what happened 13 years ago today. Maurice Clemens walks into a coffee shop in Lakewood, Washington, and brutally murders Sergeant Mark Reniger, 39 years old. Officer Ronald Owens was 37 years old. He died shot in the head. Trina Griswold, shot in the head, dead instantly at the age of 40. And Greg Richards, Officer Greg Richards, 42 years old, shot fatally in the head, but before he died, he was able to unholster his weapon and shoot Maurice Clemens in the stomach. And because of that, Maurice Clemens couldn't go very far. 2 days later, Maurice Clemens himself was shot and killed by Seattle police officers 13 years ago today, the massacre in Lakewood, Washington. Bottom of the hour. Birthdays. Vin Scully. We lost Vin Scully in August. The best baseball play-by-play announcer of all time, I will give him that. I will give him that. I think he was the greatest of all time. 67 seasons with the Dodgers, first in Brooklyn and then in Los Angeles. a remarkable career, a great storyteller, the legendary Vin Scully would have been 95 years old today. We miss you, Vin. And the GOAT among baseball relief pitchers, Mariano Rivera, all 19 years with the New York Yankees, the greatest relief pitcher of all time, the last man to wear number 42 in Major League Baseball as an active player, and the only player so far in baseball's long and illustrious history to be elected unanimously to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Happy 53rd to Big Mo. Going to take a break at the bottom of the hour. Got an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty. In case you haven't done it yet, Tanya from Health Alliance Northwest is going to give you folks 65 and older one more reminder. It's time. It's Medicare enrollment. You can't kick the can down the road anymore. You got about 9 days to do it. Tanya with that information. When we come back, you watch Wake Up in Anchi Valley on the NCW Live channel.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
Alignment Pros and Express Lube. You'll get 5-star quality service every day. Brakes, alignments, shocks, struts. Napa certified shop with warranty parts. From front to back, Alignment Pros offers a variety of services for your daily vehicle to your custom car. And waiting for service is no problem in their upstairs waiting room. Enjoy a hot or cold beverage, sit down with a good book, or play a game of pool. Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Look for their holiday specials online.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders, or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control. This could be the view out of your office window.
North Central Washington is probably one of the most beautiful places to live, and you get to experience it all as a transit operator.
Link Transit coach operators enjoy full family benefits, paid CDL training, a state-of-the-art fleet, and the satisfaction of being part of a progressive, community-minded team.
We have a lot of fun with each other. I mean, it's a good group of people. We're all kind of like a family.
If you like this view, Link has a seat for you. The next operator training starts soon. Apply today at linktransit.com.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because when it came back, both of my parents went to Dr. Divis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, when you're really passionate about something, they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth, they're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Divis. Please call us today.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I did an opinion piece here that was played on Wake Up Wenatchee, Dan Kuntz's show, that criticized ads for investment opportunities. And I mentioned that what I felt was the nonsense of running such an ad on the local radio station, KPQ. Now, Rosie, my wife, heard this, and she said, "Oh, you're going to get in trouble." And I said, "With who, KPQ?" I said, "What's KPQ going to do? They're going to send Dave Bernstein to come beat me up?" Hey, Rosie laughed and I laughed, and that was the end of it. Well, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion. I mean, I think that's the end of it. You don't think they'll really do that, do you?
ColorFX has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. ColorFX has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call ColorFX in Cashmere today.
This could be the view out of your office window.
North Central Washington is probably one of the most beautiful places to live, and you get to experience it all as a transit operator.
Link Transit coach operators enjoy full family benefits, paid CDL training, a state-of-the-art fleet, and the satisfaction of being part of a progressive, community-minded team.
We have a lot of fun with each other. I mean, it's a good group of people. We're all kind of like a family.
If you like this view, Link has a seat for you. The next operator training starts soon. Apply today at linktransit.com.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Fall has arrived and Collins Fashions is your headquarters for cozy warm sweaters and jackets. Holiday attire so sparkly and glamorous from Joseph Ribkoff and Frank Lyman. We have soft sweaters from Karen Kane, Tribal, Charlie B, and Ken Ross Cashmere. New jeans in all washes and styles just for you from Jag, Cut, Liverpool. New fall Brighton handbags and styles and colors in sable and chili pepper. And ladies, it's time to fill out your wish list at Collins Fashions, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa wants you to shop at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. They have a huge variety of fun Christmas items in their Christmas cottage. There's so much to choose from, and it changes day to day. Santas and snowmen, holiday dishes and decor, village pieces and ornaments. To add to your collection or start something new, you can't beat the prices. What's old is new again for you in the Christmas cottage at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's Flex Steel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stanton's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in East Wenatchee, a place for the entire family. Open daily for lunch and dinner. We use only the finest ingredients, prepared fresh when you order. The full menu includes your choice of over 20 gourmet beef or chicken burgers. And catch your favorite game in their full-service lounge while sipping on an ice-cold beer. Bob's Burgers and Brew. Fast, friendly service. We will see you there.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
50 years ago, a group of visionaries saw a need to provide high-quality health care to every member of our community,
regardless of age or income.
Today, Columbia Valley Community Health has grown to provide medical,
dental,
and behavioral health care through a network of facilities
and a mobile clinic that serves patients in remote locations.
For 50 years, we have been offering quality care to all,
and we will continue to do so
for 50 more.
We are CVCH,
and we are here with you.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley twice a year, this time of the year. Our good friends from Health Alliance Northwest comes by with their paid promotional announcement because they like my show. Don't make that a bad judgment about them. They're good folks. Tanya, introduce yourself. Tanya is from Health Alliance Northwest. I'm not going to do her job title because by the time I'm done with her job title, the interview would be over. Tanya, introduce yourself to our television family.
It is a mouthful. My name is Tanya Hamill. I am the community broker and partner liaison with Health Alliance Northwest out here in our Wenatchee Valley. We are a Medicare Advantage plan that does service the Okanagan, Grant, Douglas, and Chelan counties. And we are here to help you guys figure out this Medicare stuff this time of year.
You like your job? You like helping people figure it out? Because there's a lot to figure out.
There is a lot to figure out, and
yeah.
I really do. My main focus with my job is education and community outreach. So you will see me at health fairs and such like that. And yeah, we are here to help you sift through this crazy information.
And you can't kick the can down the road anymore, folks, because December 7th is the deadline. When you folks came and visited me last month, it was like, oh, December 7th. It's so long away. Well, it ain't so long away anymore. It's like
it's around the corner.
It's just a few weeks from now. So everybody gets Medicare. You've been paying into it, so Medicare is coming your way, 65 or older. What Tanya's here to talk about is Medicare is usually never not enough. The supplemental plans that you need to, I don't know, juice the pot a little bit more, I guess is the way to put it, right?
Yes, yeah.
And that's what you're here for.
Absolutely, yep. So original Medicare is not going to cover all of those health expenses, and that's kind of where we come in, or a supplement plan. But yeah, if you are on original Medicare alone, they cover your 80%, and then you're responsible for your 20% of all costs of your medical costs. So yeah, if you end up having yourself a pretty big surgery or a horrible accident, something like that, you're looking at a guessing game of trying to figure out what that percentage is going to cost you.
And prescription drugs, maybe the biggest of all, is the one that scares people the most. Is I'm on medication. I'll be taking this medication for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. Yeah. And original Medicare does not cover Part D prescription drugs. So Medicare Advantage, we like to call that Part C. So you have your Part A, which is your hospital, and that's going to be your hospital, your hospice at home care, and also your skilled nursing facility type of care. But then your Part B covers your medical, which is all those doctor visits, any lab draws, things like that get done in the clinics. And then you want to have some kind of prescription drug coverage, which would be a separate plan you'd have to purchase. And then you can also look at that Part C, which is that Medicare Advantage, which we call the Advantage because it's all one nice big package there. Most Advantage plans will cover and have that Part D prescription coverage worked into the plan already.
And we're going to concentrate our conversation with Tanya basically on the people who are already in the system. And do I want to tweak it? Do I want to leave it exactly the way it is? What's changed in the last year? Which is pretty much most people, my guess, is tweak it a little bit, right? Just out of common sense.
Oh, yeah. So this time of year, October 15th through December 7th, annual enrollment period. It comes every year. Medicare beneficiaries that are already enrolled in plans, this is the perfect time for them to be looking at what other plans are out there, what other options might be going on with their own plan that they're already on. If they are already part of a plan, they'll get what's called an annual notice of changes document, and that's going to show side by side, this is what your plan looks like this year, this is what's happening next year. And that gives you the idea, if you don't like this, definitely time to start looking for something else. And that's a major part of what we like to do is this time of year, we're here at the office, we're local and happy to help. So always want to have folks come on in and see us if they're not sure. Another great way to look up, if you don't want to come in and talk, is Medicare.gov. That's going to show you any and all plans that are available in your area. You just pop in your zip code. Pretty easy.
Even if you're happy with what you got and it's going to roll over automatically if you don't do anything by December 8th, you still got to take a look at it. You still got to do your homework. Now
is the time. If think back during the year, if you had any discrepancies or any troubles, or if maybe you're not using your plan all that much. I know a lot of the Medicare supplements out there, you're paying a pretty good amount monthly and you're really relatively healthy. You're not using those benefits. So if you're not using those benefits and you're paying an arm and a leg, it's a good thing to look at other options where you may not have to pay nearly as much and still have good coverage.
Do a lot of married couples, 65 and older, kind of stay together on this and they sit through and they talk it out, that kind of deal? Because everybody has different health issues, but
Absolutely. That's a good question.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will come in as couples. A lot of them, as couples, we do things together. Most of them are, doing those things together. So if both of them are pretty active, pretty healthy, no big deal. It's an easy decision for them. Something that fits them affordably and then move on together. But there are definitely, especially as we age, we become caretakers to our wives or our husbands. But yeah, they definitely will look at, a more, how do you put that? More, not coverage, because all of our plans have the same kind of coverage, but one where maybe your co-payments are a little bit smaller if you're using those services a lot, if you're going to see the doctor a lot, versus one where your co-payments might be a little bit higher, but the premium is a little less. So there you have it. If you've got a lot of medical conditions, you might look at a plan that might be a little higher premium monthly, but your co-payments are going to be a lot less than a lesser premium plan.
People are being bombarded with information. You see the ads. Mostly that I've known, my experience has been with my various family friends and stuff. They're getting bombarded with flyers in the mail. Is it almost an too much information? Does it get confusing? Does it get frustrating for clients?
Absolutely.
Do they just say, Tanya, this is crazy.
Absolutely.
Please make it easy.
Yeah, no, we have folks come in and they bring all of this stuff and they say, what is this? What is this? Is this you guys? Is this somebody else? What is this? And that's what we're here for. So our office hours are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. We're just off of Chelan.
That nice
Avenue
big
down
brick
there.
building, yeah. So.
Yep, 411 North Chelan. Even if you're not a member, you're welcome to bring your information in and talk to us. We are here to help you. It does get really overwhelming. We have people come in and almost in tears, just like, I've been told I have to make a change or I need to do something. You don't have to, but if you want to, now is the time. But how our media and everything can get real pushy sometimes.
It's always a good idea. We've talked about this in the past. To do your homework in advance, go to the websites and be prepared.
Yes.
It simplifies things greatly. It really does. Your website's fantastic, and there are others as well.
Yes.
That really saves you guys a lot of time and effort, and it gives you a chance to do your homework at your own leisure.
Yes. So Medicare.gov is a really good one. If you're going, oh, those folks down at Health Alliance, I don't know, maybe I better see what my other options are. Medicare.gov is a great one. Again, you can find the plans that are available to you, and they will be by your county or your zip code. So what might be available over in Kittitas County is not going to be available here in Chelan sometimes. So, but anyway, yes, if you can sift through that and kind of get to where you need to be, Medicare.gov is going to show you those plans available, and then it's also going to kind of break down and compare for you. So Medicare.gov is a really good one, and it's, non-biased. So.
And like almost all insurance plans, we're looking at what it is. If you want to have low premiums, you're going to have a higher copay, and if you want you're willing to pay a high premium, then you have a lower copay. That's all that common sense that comes into consideration.
If especially since you're aging in, you're 65, you've worked your whole life, you kind of know how insurance works. But yeah, and some folks, maybe their husband took care of most of it and they're gone now, or something like that. Please come down and talk to us.
Yeah, and that's, maybe the best thing to do is just go down and sit down and talk to Tanya. And there's a whole office full of professionals who are doing it there, and they're gonna. It's as customizable to the customer as it can possibly be.
Absolutely.
There is not. That's the one thing about this. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing. It doesn't work that way.
No, absolutely not. It's a very personal decision. We even suggest to folks, when they're aging in, maybe they're still working, maybe they are still covered under their insurance plan with their employer at the time. Talk to a financial advisor. Talk to your HR services through your employer. Talk to them about, planning for the future and can I afford to retire right now. If they decide they don't want to retire right now at 65, they'll automatically get their Part A through Social Security, but they can defer Part B. They don't have to start paying into Part B yet.
And a little checkup with your primary care physician is probably not a bad idea either, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just to make sure that everything's going to be on the up and up, because once you're in, you got it for the year. There's no going back.
Yes.
So.
That's correct. So, yep, once a year. And that's another beautiful part is just like when you were working, you do have that option to revisit and decide, is this still working for me? So that's this time of year. That's the time to be doing it.
And if you wake up December 8th and you didn't do it, you're out of luck. I mean, it's as simple as that. The number is going to go on your screen, 877-561-1463, 877-561-1463, or drop by Tanya's office. Again, they're at the corner of Chelan and 5th. In Wenatchee. You can't miss it. It's the big building that says Health Alliance Northwest on it. Did we touch on everything before I let you go? I think we got a lot of good information out there.
I think we did. Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, you're good at this.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. So.
Well, I took a few pointers from you there.
Yeah. Say hi to Jessica and the whole crew down there at Health Alliance Northwest. And when I turn 65, 25 years from now, I'll be calling these folks. Or 7 years from now, whichever comes first. Thanks, Tanya. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Welcome to Bubbly by Cake Chick, where friends come to relax and reconnect. Enjoy delicious lunches, decadent desserts, classic champagne, and bourbon tastings. Make every day an occasion when you join friends at Bubbly by Cake Chick on Riverside Drive in Wenatchee.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa end of the year blowout sale is going on now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today. When you're craving Asian comfort food, order from Steam Panda. The best house-made dumplings, sushi, and ramen noodle pair with your favorite boba tea, beer, wine, and sake. Order now. Dine in, take out, stay warm, stay with Steam Panda.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.
Beautiful shot from our Afreda camera there, taking a look out in the Columbia Basin with about 4 minutes left to go on this program. It was 21 when the show started. It's still 21. We're not going to get much warmer than 21 degrees. And the big story today, not only from a Mother Nature perspective, but really from just a living in North Central Washington perspective, is our first really big snow of the year. We had that little dusting a while ago, then we had a little bit yesterday, but now we're looking at a winter storm warning. This is the most serious of the three. You have your storm advisories, you have your storm watches, and then you have your storm warnings, and we have one that's going to kick in at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and that's just about the same time that the heaviest snow is going to begin. So let's start with the travel impacts for you folks who are going to be out and about going from place to place. Every major mountain pass is going to get a lot of snow. Now, if you need to go, go now. There's just one advisory. That's Stevens Pass. It has not yet begun to snow in the Cascades. It's just a matter of time, an hour and a half or so. Stevens Pass does have a traction tire advisory. There are no advisories right now or restrictions on Blewett or on I-90, but that is going to change because they are going to be measuring the snow in feet, especially on Stevens Pass. But wherever you go, especially to the north of us and off to the Idaho Panhandle, you're going to be dealing with winter driving conditions starting this afternoon, all night tonight, all day Wednesday, and right on in to Thursday morning. We're not going to get as much snow here in the valley, but it's a bigger snowfall than they were originally predicting. That's why we have the winter storm warning, which starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It goes until 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Your timeline for the snow event is this. We're going to start getting some light snow right around the noon hour, maybe 1 o'clock this afternoon. You'll see some light snow coming down. That's going to last till about 4:30. Just in time for the afternoon commute is when the heavier snow will begin, right around 5 or so. And that heavier snow is going to pick up in intensity and last all night long, right on into Wednesday morning. And in the wee small hours of the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, coming up in the morning, it's going to come down pretty good. And you're going to wake up here in the Wenatchee Valley with the distinct possibility of about 5 inches of snow on the ground on Wednesday morning. They're going to get an additional couple of inches. So we can see anywhere from 6 inches to 8 to maybe even 10 inches of snow in Wenatchee. The farther north you go, as you see by that map, and the higher the elevation you are, the more snow you're going to get. The Methow Valley is going to get a lot of snow. Cheyenne's going to get more snow than Wenatchee. Certainly Omak, Riverside, Okanagan, Brewster, that whole area. Basically right along the Highway 2 corridor. North of that, lots of snow. South of that, not so much, but here in the Wenatchee Valley, because we have that pocket of cold air, it's only 21 degrees, we are going to be in for a fairly significant snow event. I have a feeling tomorrow morning's commute is going to be dicey. From Apple Valley Honda and the National Weather Service, it looks something like this. As I mentioned before, it's 21 right now. We're only going to get to 23. That's it. The snow will begin right around 1 o'clock this afternoon in the form of light snow, and then it's going to come down in a pretty good intensity once the sun goes down tonight, all night into Wednesday. Another, inch or two Wednesday morning before it finally tapers off. We'll get up to about 30 degrees, 21 for the overnight low Wednesday night. And the thing is, the snow is not going to go away. We're going to get the snow. How much, we don't really know yet, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get warm enough for the snow that we are going to get tonight and tomorrow. It ain't going to melt. So heads up on that. It is winter, even though it's not winter. That's it for us. Have a great Tuesday. Have a safe Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.